There are 5 things women over 50 are wearing this summer that are quietly working against them. Not dramatic mistakes, not obvious ones, the quiet kind. The ones that feel completely safe and reliable and have been in the rotation for years. And that is exactly what makes them so worth talking about. One of them is something most women in this demographic consider their summer salvation. It has been a wardrobe staple for nearly 20 years, and style experts across the board are now saying it is doing the opposite of what we think it is doing. That one is coming first. 5 habits. 5 elegant alternatives. All of them confirmed by the latest research and the most trusted voices in over 50 style. I am your host, and this is Endless Elegance 50, a channel built for women who believe that style only gets better with time. If you are new here, please subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. And if today helps, you please do leave a like, because it genuinely helps more women find this community. Now let us get into it. I told you this one would surprise you. The capri pant. In more over 50 closets than perhaps any other single garment for the last 2 decades. And I understand completely why it became such a reliable default. But here is what style experts who work specifically with women over 50 are saying in 2026. The problem is where the capri ends. A traditional mid-calf hem lands at the widest point of most women's legs. It shortens the leg visually, adds width at exactly the wrong place, and disrupts the proportional line that makes an outfit look polished. Megan Crystal of The Well-Dressed Life devoted an entire 2026 essay to this. Beth Jalali, of Style at a Certain Age, lists it among her named mistakes for this year. This is not one opinion, it is a consensus. And before anyone mentions that capris are supposedly back for summer 2026, those headlines are misleading. What the runways showed was a high-waisted, ankle-grazing, sleek, tailored pant. Not a mid-calf capri, 2 completely different garments. The elegant alternative is the wide-leg linen trouser that grazes the ankle in fluid fabric, or a long Bermuda short that sits at the knee rather than below it, or a slim, tailored ankle pant that ends just above the ankle bone. All 3 are confirmed by editors and stylists as the most flattering summer bottoms for women over 50 right now. Quince makes a beautiful linen option under $60. Universal Standard offers a full-size range worth knowing about. Reformation and Veronica Beard at mid-range. Pair with an espadrille wedge and a tucked blouse, and the proportions shift immediately. This one is going to feel counterintuitive because black has been the answer to every style question for so long. Slimming. Polished. Appropriate for absolutely everything. And yet, here we are in summer 2026, and the experts who work specifically with this demographic are saying the same things simultaneously. Black worn close to the face in summer is working against us. Here is why. As skin naturally loses some of its underlying luminosity with age, hard, dark color near the face creates shadows rather than softening them. Beth Jalali writes directly about this in her 2026 Mistakes piece. Chic Over 50 names it a top 10 error, and the broader editorial world has confirmed the shift. Who What Wear declared hyper-minimalism out and personality in as the defining direction of summer 2026. Marie Claire named the return of color one of the season's essential trends. This does not mean abandoning neutrals entirely. It means introducing color near the face, where it does the most work. A sage green blouse, a warm coral cardigan, a periwinkle linen shirt, a butter yellow silk camisole. These are the shades that style experts specifically recommend for mature complexions because they warm the skin rather than draining it. The approach is tonal rather than bold. Different shades within the same color family, so the eye moves smoothly without contrast shock. J. Crew and Bowden for accessible entry. Cezanne and Reformation at mid-range. And if adding color to clothing feels like too big a step right now, Start with a single, colorful bag. The Chartreuse Tory Burch bag was the most cited editorial example of this approach for the entire season. This one requires a little grace, because most of us were specifically taught that matched accessories were the height of elegance. A bag that coordinates with the shoes. Shoes that match the belt. Jewelry all in the same metal finish. It felt correct. It felt polished. And for a specific era, it genuinely was. But Beth Jalali of Style at a Certain Age addresses this directly in her 2026 piece. The perfectly coordinated accessory set now reads as rigid and dated rather than refined. It places the outfit firmly in a past decade, which is the one thing we want to avoid. And in summer 2026, the editorial direction has moved somewhere entirely different. The season's defining accessory approach is one statement piece against quiet styling, not coordination, contrast, a saturated, colorful bag against a neutral outfit, mixed metals worn together intentionally, a natural texture bag paired with polished tailoring rather than perfectly matched casual wear, the chartreuse bag with cream linen, the raffia tote with a structured silk dress, the woven leather crossbody with a tailored white shirt dress. None of these combinations match, and every single one looks considered rather than assembled. Beth Jalali's practical rule is simple. Let one accessory be the loudest thing in the outfit, and let everything else recede around it. That single shift changes an entire look. Madewell and J. Crew for accessible woven and natural texture bags. Polène and Mansur Gavriel at mid-range. Bottega Veneta and Loewe for investment. One statement piece. Everything else, quiet. I want to approach this one with real warmth, because this silhouette exists for genuinely good reasons. It is cool in summer heat, it is comfortable, it covers everything that feels sensitive, and it is available at every retailer that serves this demographic, which means it became a default almost automatically. But here is what the research shows. A shapeless top over a narrow cropped bottom adds visual weight at the midsection, while doing nothing to soften the neckline or draw attention to the face. Beth Jalali says it plainly in her 2026 piece. Oversized clothes do not hide problem areas, they erase your shape entirely. And AARP's outfit guidance reinforces it. Anything too long, boxy, or shapeless makes even beautiful clothing look sloppy. The elegant alternative is not tighter or more revealing, it is simply more considered. The smocked waist or tie waist midi dress that skims rather than clings or tents. The matching linen set in the same fabric that gives the eye one clean story to read. The draped silk dress that follows the body gracefully without gripping. Stylist Joseph Katz specifically named Cézane's Pippa dress and the Gibson look drawstring midi as the hero pieces for this demographic in summer 2026. Quince and universal standard for accessible options across a full-size range. Reformation and Doen at mid-range. The Rowe and Max Mara for investment. Pair with an espadrille wedge and keep jewelry near the face. The difference in how the whole look reads is immediate, and we close with the most recent habit on this list. The one that took hold fastest, because it genuinely felt like a solution at the time. Comfortable, clean, modern enough for almost any occasion, and the white sneaker absolutely has its place. I want to be clear about that before anything else. But the place is not with a midi dress, or wide-leg linen trousers, or a fluid skirt, or any of the summer silhouettes that are defining this season for women over 50. And Who What Wear made this explicit in 2026 with a dedicated piece titled, "Your White Sneakers Deserve a Break." The specific problem is that a chunky white sneaker cuts the leg line at exactly the point where these longer fluid silhouettes need continuity. The proportions collapse, and the elegance of the outfit disappears with them. The espadrille wedge is the #1 confirmed alternative this season. Marie Claire named it one of the defining shoe trends of summer 2026. Charleston Shoe Company and Vionic for accessible options, Castaner and Tory Burch at mid-range. The slight lift does something a flat sneaker simply cannot. It extends the line and completes the silhouette. The kitten heel slingback is the second most recommended option across every over 50 style authority writing this year. The leather Mary Jane flat is the elegant, comfortable flat replacement for anyone who genuinely cannot wear a heel, and the refined leather thong sandal for the most relaxed summer days. White sneakers belong in the wardrobe, just not with everything. There we have it, ladies. 5 style habits worth retiring this summer, and 5 elegant alternatives already confirmed by the most trusted voices in over 50 style right now. The wide-leg linen trouser replacing the mid-calf capri. One piece of considered color replacing the all-black default. A single statement accessory replacing the perfectly matched set. A smocked midi dress replacing the shapeless tunic. And an espadrille wedge or slingback replacing the white sneaker with everything. 5 small shifts, a genuinely different summer wardrobe, and not one of them requires you to dress younger or differently than who you are, just more intentionally. I would love to know which of these surprised you most. Type it in the comments because I read every single one, and that conversation means everything to this community. If today was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, because it helps Endless Elegance 50 reach more women who deserve to hear this. And if you want to start building these alternatives into your wardrobe right now, type the word style in the comments below. I will populate the description with links to beautiful options for every piece we covered today. Thank you for watching. As always, stay elegant.